This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Oh my goodness. If you guys are not watching this, then you will not know. Double negatives. Grace and I are recording remotely today.
Yes, we are recording remotely, though we are in Los Angeles, both of us, because old Helbig over here popped a positive at-home COVID test yesterday.
We need to just call it, you got popped a positive.
I got papped.
You got papped it up. Grace has got the vid, got the Omicron, the newest variety.
I feel so honored. I honestly feel fine. Yeah, I woke up yesterday with a minor sore throat and just like on my own gut instinct, we had a couple at-home COVID tests because we had traveled, over the holidays. And I just took one just to see. And that one was positive. And then I had a different brand of test. And I was like, maybe this test isn't a, reliable brand. Took the other one. That one was positive. So two positives. I forget high school algebra.
Make a negative. And I don't know if I have COVID because well, you know this, but I know we're just informing the listeners.
Yes.
I woke up with like a bit of, like a runny nose, etc. on Thursday, immediately went and got a PCR test. And it took till today to get the results. It took like 5 days and they came back inconclusive. Which is like, you don't understand, Grace. I was checking my lab results like every 20 minutes. And for them to 5 days later come back inconclusive,
I would be infuriated. I know. That's why I'm just happy to know. And also, God bless you, booster. I have no symptoms other than a very minor sore throat. So if that's the extent of it, that's okay. And the best part of all is I have absolutely nowhere I have to be physically.
I know, guys. Like literally, I know it's like, it sucks that we had to push our shows, which we'll tell you more about momentarily. It sucks we had to do that, but it would have sucked a fucking lot more. We were supposed to be flying to Boston today. If you papped, if you popped a posy and I inconcludes, and then we were just like, oh, sorry, now we just have to cancel the show the day before. This would have been a 40-minute episode of weeping and apologizing and just feeling like the dirtiest, scummiest person on the planet. But instead, I'm sitting in my office at home feeling pretty okay and just making sure that I stay clean. Well, you're a natural quarantiner. Your whole social vibe is quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, honestly, when it came back positive and then came back positive again, I was like,
affects nothing.
Woe is me. I'll have to change absolutely nothing about my lifestyle to protect the rest of the world from this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. And hilariously and ironically, it works in our favor that our shows have been postponed. Thank you all again for your patience and understanding with it. We have announced the new Northeast dates.
Yeah, let them rip. I can't remember.
I know, this is where, okay. So we're going to be in Boston on Wednesday, June 15th. We're going to be in New York City, or rather Brooklyn, on Thursday, June 16th. And we're going to be in Philly on Friday, June 17th.
Yes. And we also are pushing our Tampa date that was later this month, but we're getting everything confirmed before we give you all of that info. But we should be able to tell you guys in the next couple days. But I mean, it really worked out. I mean, I'm sorry you have COVID, and I probably do as well, but
I know, that's the thing. Yesterday, when I was texting you about it last night, I was like, I really hope that Mamrie has it too. That way we can just get it over with and then both have peace of mind to move forward and do all of the other creative endeavors that we have going on in the future. I know. That's like, because Elliot got a negative test, and I'm like, oh, man. Are you jealous, Elliot? Because he also was like, I'd rather just get it over with now.
That's the same thing Chip said, is I had that runny nose and et cetera, and he was flying back 2 days later. And I was like, so at that point, I thought I'd get my results the next day. And so I was like, should I quarantine when you get home? I was like, should I just wear a mask while you're here or should whatever? And he was like, no, you should make out with me. Like, if you got it, I want to get it. Like, this is, this is the place to get it, is when we can take care of each other than when I'm on the road.
I know. Elliot was like, kiss me inside of my mouth, because he also...
That's such a funny way to phrase it, because I don't, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like French kiss me. It sounds like, let me open up my mouth. You stick your mouth inside and just kiss the roof of my mouth.
Yeah, but for him, it works out doubly because as soon as we had gotten back from holiday travel, the first piece of mail that we saw was that he got jury duty. And
so now he's out?
Yeah, he's been on call for it. So basically you have to check this website to see if you get called in. And so he has to just be available throughout the course of this week. And now, someone in his close contacts has contacted COVID. So he is off the hook.
I feel like that's...
I'm really helping people out here.
You really are. You're really the messiah. No, I feel like that is the inciting incident in a sliding doors type movie of right now he's at home hanging out with you, making sure you're feeling good. But if he had what if he had been on a crazy case?
I know. He was a little excited to actually go and see what the situation was because I don't think he's ever done jury duty before.
I've never done it. Have you?
No, me either. And so he was kind of excited just to see how it went, but he said he just called to let them know that someone in his close contacts got COVID. And the woman that was on the phone was like, I don't care. Are you called in today? He was like, no. She was like, well, then it doesn't matter.
We don't care, sweetie. I feel like I would not be good on a jury simply because I think I have a good, I could see the case clearly and not bring in prejudice and not I could come in with fresh eyes and whatnot. I don't think it'd be good because of my facial expressions.
Oh, yes, you would.
I'd go viral.
You would go viral, but also all of the lawyers would be playing effectively only to you the entire time.
Everyone would be stone cold and I'd be like, oh my God. Oh, good for you, girl. I would just be reacting constantly.
I would just be shoulders to my ears, arms wrapped around myself, just in petrified stupor the whole time. I would be emotionally very taxing. I think I would empathetically enter too deeply into the situation.
Well, I think I'd also I would let my mind wander so much and storytelling that it would be I would object or I would be why don't we call a Mr. Stone to the stand? I would want to be in there playing the role of lawyer.
I know. I would, if it wasn't as dramatic as I see it on TV and movies, I'd want to give the lawyers some notes on how to pizzazz their way that they address the jury.
I did. There was 1 second when I was in high school that I was like, maybe I'll be a lawyer.
Really?
But a detective. Maybe what I thought would be a lawyer is actually a detective. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to find clues and stuff. Lawyers don't find the clues. Because I remember it was my high school boyfriend, and he had this friend who was a girl that I was jealous of because I was 15 or something that went to a different school. And I remember I saw a picture of them together, and I was like, you didn't tell me you hung out with her last weekend. And he was like, oh, that's an old pic. And then I went, then why are you wearing the same shirt that you wore when you picked me? I immediately got him, and I remember his mom goes, you should be a lawyer. And I was like, I will consider it.
Honestly, Mamrie, it has tracked over to your present day internet sleuthing. I feel like your ability to find out details about things that aren't, necessarily available via social media is pretty uncanny.
Really?
I mean, when we found out that girl was in our
in our
Airbnb that was, messing things up, you found her within 30 seconds.
I didn't even have her name, and I was like, here's her Twitter.
Yeah, here's her Instagram. Here's her entire social media profile.
Oh man, that is very true.
Yeah. So I mean, there's still time for that to be another avenue that you walk down. I think it's a lot of schooling, though. Seems.
School is more your thing.
Yeah, and it's hardly my thing.
I like learning stuff. You know what is back on my docket for, top of the new year inspo is I'm doing the Duolingo again to learn Spanish.
Okay. I mean, honestly, when we took that trip last year, I was so impressed by how conversational you were able to be.
Thank you.
So I think that's great. Good for you.
What's so great is it's less that I know Spanish and more that I know no shame because I'm sure when when we got to Mexico and they were like, oh, someone's coming to clean the pool, etc. And it was like, oh, no worries. And then the woman got there early and I had to explain like, oh, could you wait to do it? We're going to leave here in a few minutes. Like in my head, I was doing a very fluent like, oh, you're here to clean the pool. Could you just wait one moment? We are going to go to dinner, blah, blah. I probably said, pool dinner. Wait. like I'm sure I'm actually Groot to a Spanish speaker.
And that's all you really need to get by enough, especially with all of the gesticulation that goes on.
Oh yeah, you can swimming, all that stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty.
But no, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to learn the Spanish. And also, I was talking to someone the other day, and this is what's frustrating about this current COVID climate, besides the fact that like our healthcare workers are completely exhausted and all of the actual really fucking terrible things. Yeah. Is that I feel like we're in the in-between. And so it's like I've been quarantining for 5 days in case I have COVID and waiting to find out. But like, I still know that people are going out to eat and doing stuff. So so it's this in between of like, oh man, I've got like FOMO and I want to go to dinner, but I also want to go have someone be like, don't go anywhere. Bake bread again. Like that moment of time where like everyone was at like stay at home summer camp. Where I'm like, but I just want to stay home and like learn skills that actually don't help me in my future.
Using the internet without ExpressVPN is just as risky as leaving your laptop on the table at a coffee shop while you run to the bathroom. Most of the time, you'll probably be okay. But what if one time you come back and your laptop has vanished? Well, every time you connect to an unencrypted network, like at cafes or hotels, any hacker on that same network can access your personal data. And the hacker doesn't have to be a genius, just like a 12-year-old with some cheap hardware. They could do it. And then they could make up to thousands selling your info on the dark web. I know this sounds a little bit dramatic, but it's real. However, ExpressVPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Now, it'll take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get your data. Plus, it's super easy to use. You just click one button to get protected on all of your devices. I also like to use ExpressVPN so I can access international programming that I couldn't normally get here in the States. I watch shows like Taskmaster and Great British Baking Show when it's not available immediately here. So if you're interested, secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/TMGW. That's expressvpn.com/TMGW. And you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/TMGW.
Sticking to your New Year's resolutions can be hard, but if you're focusing on saving money by ordering less takeout, learning to cook, or prioritizing your wellness, achieving your goals is as easy as pie with HelloFresh. HelloFresh has endless options to make cooking at home simple and enjoyable by delivering pre-portioned ingredients to your door, including farm-fresh produce that arrives within a week. And they've got all sorts of options to fit into your lifestyle, from quick and easy meals to 20-minute recipes to vegetarian, hello, or even some calorie smart options if you're trying to do that this year too. But everyone needs a little dessert sometimes, so satisfy your sweet tooth with seasonal, limited time treats like, oh my god, you guys, this is gonna bring you back to middle school, Dunkaroos, Dunkaroo cookie dough, or Vanilla Delight cheesecake. You guys, I love HelloFresh. It's a super way to cook up an easy, quick meal, but also I love that it's pre-portioned because I have a tendency to make enough food for 40 people, for 2 people, and then meanwhile, I'm not really into leftovers. So with HelloFresh, I get totally satisfied, but I don't have a fridge full of leftovers that I eventually just have to throw away. So go to HelloFresh.com/TMGW16 and use code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That deal is insane. That's HelloFresh.com/TMGW16 and use code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. You're welcome.
Well, I saw that you got a rug making situation.
First note on my sticky note.
I know, because along with you learning Spanish, I'm kind of like making resolutions for myself as the month goes on, just to
Dale, tell me everything.
Well, I'm trying to get into astrology.
You already are.
But I'm trying to actually learn the science and lunar maps and all this stuff about it.
Damn, bitch.
Yeah, it's really interesting, but it's so much information. So you really have to treat it like school.
It's thousands of years of information.
Yeah, and it's just reading all of these charts and the planets and the houses and all of it, and it's fascinating. But it's like learning another language. So that's on my list this year, to spend time every week trying to develop that a little bit more.
And is that just for your own, like, being able to like tell friends what's going on in their like ninth house or whatever?
A little bit. I mean, it's for me, because it is like one of those things that once you learn how to like read birth charts and stuff, and like same with learning tarot cards and what they mean without having to refer to, glossaries or whatever that tell you all of it. Tells you so much about yourself and like gives you kind of this like outline of how to approach different like periods of time. Like, when something's about to go into retrograde, you can kind of like prepare for it. Or if you know that based on like your birth chart that you're weak in like this type of area, you can kind of like modify and like really look at your life differently.
Okay, girl.
So I know, it's really exciting. I'm excited to like get into it, but it's one of those things like learning a language that you have to kind of do consistently to like commit it to memory. So I'm excited for it.
Whoa. Are there other resolutions?
Well, that's one of them. What are the other resolutions? Oh, I think to just get my work done more efficiently. I procrastinate so hard. It's like one of my actual special skills is my ability
you will watch an episode of Real Housewives at like 11 a.m.
Oh, I'll tell myself I have no time to do any of my schoolwork today, but somehow I'll watch a 2-hour episode of 90 Day Fiancé at some point throughout the day. And I'm like, well, I just gave that 2 hours of my day. How do I possibly have no other time?
You know what you should do? Sorry. Also, this is this. I have in my hand the plastic stopper that they put in hot coffees at Starbucks so it doesn't splash. These are everywhere. These are the new.
You're chewing on them?
I'm chewing on it. It's like the new bobby pin. They're all over my home. They're in every pocket.
Wow.
Anyway, you know what you should do? Is you should just tell yourself you're not allowed to watch TV while the sun is up.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Like I only watch stuff at night.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten into that, like Elliot and I watch together, but I need to treat it more like a treat. Like it's something that I get to work towards. The astrology is also cool too, because I've been told by different like, tarot card readers or psychics that I have like an innate like connection to all that stuff if I wanted to cultivate it. Yeah. And so I've never really taken that seriously. So we're going to start taking it a little seriously.
So you're going to be a tarot card reader to the stars, and I'm going to be a detective in a Spanish-speaking city.
Yes.
Basically, that's what we got.
I want to know about these rugs, though.
Okay, so Chip got me the rug gun, which I heard he just walked in the door. Basically, I got obsessed with. There's like a few different accounts on Instagram of people who make the rugs, and they're like little like cute, kind of like accent rugs. Like I'm not gonna be like making a living room rug,
right? An area rug. Yeah,
it's more like a welcome mat type of thing. But it just looks so freaking cool. And I followed some account, and so he basically put together like, Chip, are you in here? I think he has on his headphones. No, he's canceling because I was like, you cannot hear me as I record. You gotta leave.
Yeah.
But so he like put together like this Tupperware with like the gun and the yarn and the frame and like all the different elements I would need.
Cool.
And so I put the frame together a couple days ago, and I tell you what, if I need an ego boost, just like give me a screwdriver. Like I felt powerful.
Yep. Yeah.
I was like, I put together 4 pieces of wood.
I know. Where's your HGTV series Flipping Homes now?
Ekumi, Jonathan. What's the other one? Jonathan and Drew. Jonathan and Drew.
And who? And Drew, the Property Brothers.
Yeah, Prop Bros. So I'm gonna start making rugs, but here's the deal: is I've kind of got like I've got a little rug block because I can't decide what to do first.
Yeah, do you design it first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You design it. Well, a lot of people, like the tutorials I've watched, you basically put this like canvas-y type of thing on this frame. Yeah. And then you draw out what you want to make. Okay. And then you like do the actual rug, and then you like shellac the back And then you cut it out and then you like trim everything. And I'll send you some. It's real like oddly satisfying.
Yeah.
if you will.
It feels like an update to knitting.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to do that kind of
Definitely
activity,
don't.
Yeah.
I want to have this gun in my hand and feel powerful. So I'm really excited about that shit.
Cool.
Stay tuned. But I just don't know what shape to do first.
How long does one, like, let's say like bath mat size rug take, do you think? Like hours?
Yeah,
obviously,
I think like a good day. Depending on, it just depends how like complicated the design is. If I was just doing like stripes, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing a little something like the mural behind you, I think it takes a little longer to do curves and things.
Sure.
Oh my God. I meant to tell you, there was this, let's see. Did you see the Reese Witherspoon post about like habits and
No.
and resolutions and stuff? Okay. Reese posted basically a thing about habits she's trying to do, and she was asking her followers like, what healthy habits are you doing? So Reese was like, here's things I'm working on. I'm starting the day with a big glass of water, get 10 minutes of outdoor light, spend 30 to 60 minutes reading without distraction, in bed by 10 p.m., no late TV night binges, get 8 hours of sleep. Right?
Wow,
She put that up there. and then Ina Garten, the barefoot Contessa, responds under and goes, to quote Reese Witherspoon, that sounds great, but I'm probably not doing any of those things. Lol. My formula is easier to follow. Drink more large Cosmos, stay up late watching addictive streaming series, stay in bed in the morning playing Sudoku instead of reading a good book, spend more time safely with people I love. In a pandemic, I do what I can. What? Ina Garten came with the response. I was like, first of all, should Ina and I be best friends?
Yeah.
Drinking Cosmos, watching TV, staying in bed playing Sudoku and just hanging out?
I mean, she clearly had done some of the resolutions before posting that. I feel like she had some Cosmos before she lit up Reese Witherspoon's Instagram
Food
comments.
Network posted it with like Cosmos in the background. I was like,
what's Jeffrey doing then?
Jeffrey's making the Cosmos, I'm assuming. She has to
I
task
guess
him with
so.
something.
Oh,
But that
man.
killed me.
That's incredible. And I truly hope that it's not a social media intern that's posting that it's truly coming from Ina herself.
No, I feel like the generation of like Ina's, and clearly Martha does her own friggin'.
Yeah.
I saw her, she, I guess, ran into Pete Davidson and Anthony from Queer Eye at Nobu. Speaking of Nobu in Malibu. And she has this whole caption underneath that's like, I met, like Pete Davidson and I was a fellow roaster with me for the Justin Bieber roast. Now he's on SNL. Like, very funny guy with painted fingernails. Like that. Very funny guy with painted fingernails.
She's just giving his IMDb.
Yes.
Oh,
so
great.
I love that like generation of lady that's like, I'm just going to tell it to you straight. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Speaking of Martha, one of her other best friends, Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Have you seen this? Is planning to launch his own brand of hot dogs.
Why did this take so long?
Well, he apparently was quoted like 6 years ago saying, I'm never having another motherfucking hot dog again.
Wait, really?
Something, that's what I read in like a Billboard article. Yeah, that he said, I ain't never eating a motherfucking hot dog again 6 years ago. I don't know the context of that. But yeah, he's got Snoop Dogs.
It's brilliant. This
but
should have happened 20 years ago.
Right, but the only reason that people know about this is because last month he applied for a patent and trademark, and so in the federal trademark registration office, people saw Snoop Dogs coming through the paperwork, and so
Wow.
I don't think he's officially announced it. I think people are like, we just saw the paperwork, so this might be happening.
You know what might happen? What it could be though? It could be a preliminary thing where he's like, before someone else makes Snoop Dogs and like makes money off my name, I'm gonna own this so no one can use it.
Totally.
You know
I
what I'm
guess
saying?
Absolutely. The paperwork said that he plans to use it to sell hot dogs and other types of sausage. So I think this is what we've all been waiting for. And that's like, yeah, this was posted on social media just being like, Snoop has beat the game. He's just doing side quests now.
I mean, he's incredible. I love Snoop so much. Like him, I saw it on Twitter and it was like him and Shaq are just like they own the block. Which, by the way, so we were ordering Postmates one of any night or DoorDash or whatever, all of the things. We were looking at it, and I was doing a thing kind of like with the rug to where like I've gone too deep of options that now I'm just like, there's no way I can choose.
Flooded.
What to eat for dinner. Like I have, like I was looking up Colombian food. I've never even eaten. Like I was like, should we try? Like
as well, it's available.
Well, because we eat like the same 10 places constantly. And then I'll always go to like your orders to like, past orders to get an idea. But then I was like, I got to branch out. What the hell?
Yeah.
And so I went through and it said, and it was like black owned restaurants. And so I was like, okay, great. So I love that they do that, and like female owned and whatever. So I go to black owned restaurants and I open it, and the first one is just Shaq's fried chicken chain. And I was like, I don't think that's the point of featuring black owned businesses, is to get Shaq more money. Because he has a chicken chain called Big Chicken, and there's one in Glendale.
Okay.
And there's one in Glendale, and like Chip loves it. He thinks it's great. But I was just like, I really don't think that's the black owner we need to feature at the top of the list.
Yeah. I think it being owned by Shaq might be enough advertising for that franchise to do well. It really
cracked me up. I was like, yeah, way to go. Way to feature up and coming black restaurant.
I mean, I would just love to sit in on a pitch meeting to Shaq or to Snoop Dogg about entrepreneurial ideas, just to see how if they vet these ideas in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I just thought it was weird that he didn't call it like the Chicken Shack.
Yeah, that's what I was looking it up to see if there was like a punny name to it. But
just
Big
Chicken.
That must. I mean, it must. Is that like a nickname for him?
He DJs too now, right?
Why
like
not?
He's on billboards on the way to Palm Springs.
Why? Wait, is he DJing in Palm Springs?
He was doing a New Year's Eve set somewhere close, but no, he's a full EDM DJ.
Wow. Yeah, I was watching Paris in Love weeks ago and didn't realize that that's like her full-time gig is DJing.
Oh, Paris Hilton.
Yeah,
but do you think she's really DJing, or you think she's touching stuff?
She seemed to talk about it with a deep passion, and that she's been learning sound systems, and the way she was setting up in Vegas for the thing that the event that she did, which I think was just like an inaugural event for one of her family's new hotels or casinos out there. She seemed to know what she was doing, so that was really impressive.
Her.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you which way or what button to push when you
Did
DJ.
Did you ever have a phase though where you were like, maybe I should learn to DJ?
No.
Oh.
Not yet. I still got plenty of days of quarantine to really reach that level.
I think there was a moment in college and it was like it wasn't like with all these crazy systems. Like I wanted to learn how to do like actual record DJs and not just like, oh, here, watch me scurry around as I like just press buttons and stuff. I wanted to like really learn it, but not enough to spend the money.
No, I think, and it feels like that's a world that a lot of people exist in. So who am I?
Yeah.
But
truly.
New year, new you. Are you free from financial debt, perhaps? If that sounds a little unattainable or you rolled your eyes, you probably need Upstart. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online. Whether you're paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/TMGW. That's upstart.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/TMGW.
We're all getting back into our normal day routines after the holidays, and that can often mean just a little bit of stress. Sometimes when I find myself needing to disconnect from the craziness around me, I like to lose myself and hang out with my fiends, my best fiends. That's right. I've talked about this game at length a million times because I have so much fun playing it. It is totally cute. It keeps me going. I feel like it's keeping my brain sharp. You know what I mean? It's a nice, fun puzzle game. I'm on level 121, but let me tell you, I plan on doubling that real quick. Best Fiends is not just a mobile puzzle game, though. It is the mobile puzzle game. Whether you've got a few minutes or a few hours, Best Fiends is the perfect puzzle game to lose yourself in because you're just having too much dang fun. The game stars a ton of cute characters, and they help you solve thousands of puzzles. The more you play, the more characters you get, the stronger your fiends get. You will know what I mean if you play. And the more you win, the more challenges you're going to face. Plus, new characters and challenges are added all the time, and fun events where you can win huge rewards in the game. They have all these different themes. Currently, I'm playing Chad's Gym. It's a blast. So download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. But speaking of records, did I tell you what I got, Chip?
No, I don't think so.
Well, because, we do Record of the Month Club where he gets me a new record. But
Yes.
I got him, so I wanted to get him something cool from Seth Rogen's weed company, Houseplant. And he's got all the cool accessories, but it was like everything was sold the fuck out.
I tried to click on it. Yeah.
But I got him this record set from Houseplant, and it's so cool because it's 3 records, and it's literally just called Indica, Sativa, and Hybrid.
Oh,
and it's
that's
just like
fun.
so it's just like, oh, this is the record that has like a nice vibe for this kind of weed.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's,
and it doesn't have the track names or anything.
That is wonderful. I mean, Seth Rogen to me is doing great celebrity branding for himself.
Oh, well, wait, hold on. Speaking of, this is the name of this episode. Speaking of Seth Rogen and crafts and new hobbies at home, pottery. Seth Rogen does pottery.
Yeah.
Have you used the wheel that you got Elliot?
It's a conversation. Elliot wants to.
That sounds like there's been a fight.
He wants to use his wheel, but we had always planned on wanting to go take classes at like a nearby studio, but the classes are obviously like 8-week courses. So right now we can't, but that's definitely, I mean, in terms of resolutions, on our list for sure, because I would like to know how to do it. But he's a big fan of Seth Rogen's pottery. He loves it.
So good.
It's so good. I mean, I also, did you see, maybe we talked about that story that Seth Rogen went to the Adele concert and didn't realize it was he got so high, and he and his wife were like in the front row on camera. I didn't realize it was being recorded. Oh,
that
I
is
love it.
Friggin' nightmare. I don't even want to be high and realize I need to go to the corner store to grab more beer.
No, I know that. I feel like I got a contact panic attack just from hearing that story.
Couldn't do it. Here's something that's in my little notes. Because I saw this when I was in Mexico, and Chip couldn't believe it, and we were both stunned.
Yeah.
We were in line at the airport to go through security or whatnot, and there was a girl, like a very, done up, same work as the Kardashians type of vibe. A few ahead of us, like Juicy Couture, velour, travel outfit. And I was like, oh, she's FaceTiming with her friend in line at security. That's so weird. You think that would be illegal. I mean, we weren't in customs, but I was like, interesting choice to FaceTime from the airport. And when we got through, I said to Chip, I was like, did you see that girl FaceTiming? And he was like, no, dude, her lock screen was of her own face. And I was like, what? And I was like, who's that's a certain kind of person to have yourself as your lock, and not you with your mom, not you at fun at a bachelorette party. It was just her full sexy pout, smiling, sexy pouting as her own lock screen.
Wow. That is very fascinating. I like to think that maybe the mystery behind it is that's her partner's phone that she stole because she didn't trust them.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Or it's her twin sister.
Yeah. But that's pretty wild. I guess if you just need a pick-me-up or to remember what you look like, if you're dissociating in any way.
I mean, I was like, is she FaceTiming? Is she looking in the mirror? No, it was her lock screen. She was looking at it too. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Interesting.
Crazy. I did watch the Terry Queer Eye episode, by the way, last night from Broken Spoke. Wow. Amazing episode.
Yeah, if you guys listening haven't, or if you're like just podcast listeners of ours or like haven't been along for the Grace and Mamrie ride for very long, when Grace and I did our travel series, Hey USA, we went to Austin and we got a lesson from Terry, who I asked her, is it short for terrifying? And she was a fucking Spitfire firecrackers. What's a Spitfire?
A Spitfire. That works.
That's not how you like roast a pig on.
Yeah. She's a little like that. Yeah, she keeps it moving.
She will
and
roast
hot.
you. She will roast you.
Truly.
But she was wild, and now she is the first subject on the new season of Queer Eye. Okay, now that I've caught everyone up.
It's fantastic. Gave me huge context to her. Also, the wild idea that they started recording and then went back. They started recording like at the very beginning of the pandemic, went back a year later. Whoo! That could have gone a different way.
Do you think that was really her hair at the end?
It looked like it because it was shocking because it was so healthy and so beautiful and stunning. And so
but I feel like she breezed past it so quickly.
Yeah.
That I think she didn't want, like when I saw at the end when it was like, is that your real hair? And she's like, yeah. And like kind of breezed through it. I was like, hold on. Is it actually a wig? And she's like, I don't want to have this called out. But look, the detective is on the case.
I know, but but I also think that she had the mindset the whole episode of like she doesn't want a big reveal. She doesn't want a big like spotlight, especially on the hair. I think she might still be a little insecure about it, even though I thought it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was a super fun ep. I've been to the Broken Spoke many a time outside of our lesson.
Yeah,
it's a fun place. However, I have but. Bummer alert, I have heard that like there's some bad reviews.
Oh,
like, I mean, they might not be the most inclusive. They're still open. Yeah, like telling like same-sex couples like don't kiss in here and shit. Yeah, which is weird because of Queer Eye. So maybe it was like a reverse PR move to try to get because of bad reviews. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, these are the detectives at work right now.
¿Cuánto tienes? ¿Dónde está Terry?
Okay, this connects. Speaking of
I'm losing my mind.
Pig roasting.
Oh, we love that segue.
Well, I just saw this story that a man received the world's first successful pig-to-human heart transplant. Have you read that?
Yes.
That's insane.
This is like news of yesterday, right?
Yeah. That he had
Chip
the
told
surgery.
Me.
Yeah, he had the surgery on the 7th. And as of like today, it appears the heart has been accepted by his body, which is wild. Now,
let me ask you. Could you... Okay. I'm just saying, if you met Elliot and you were like in love and having a great time and you were like waking up in the morning and laying your head on his chest and hearing his heartbeat.
I hear
that
was little like, pitter patter.
And he was like, you hear that? That's a pig heart.
Could I eat bacon? Probably not after that.
Well, no. Chip told me about the heart transplant, and I was like, motherfuckers need to start respecting pigs. They are very intelligent, and we just people just eat them willy nilly like trash, like they're dogs.
They have a kindergarten level of intelligence. Yeah.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So don't quote me on it, but I've heard that before.
Could be a dumb kindergartner, but still a kindergartner. You don't exactly have to like pass anything to get there. No, but I'm just saying like it would, obviously you could get past it. It's not like a big deal, but I think I would think of it often if my partner had a pig heart. Or if he was running and I'd be like, stop it. Pigs don't run that fast.
Right. And or if we went to a farm for any reason, like would the pigs pick up on something? I know nothing about science because they said
let's just preface this. I know nothing about science.
Well, they said that they genetically altered the pig's DNA to remove 3 pig genes and added 6 human genes to ensure that the heart would be accepted. But
How do you do that?
People go to a lot of school to know how to do that, I think, like lawyers, I guess. But I'd be curious, like, if this was in a younger person, if this happened, does that affect the person's children when they have an offspring? Do they have pig DNA in them now? I have no idea. Hank Green would be livid. I'm sure this is the dumbest question that's ever existed.
Yeah, if there is... Wow. Okay.
I have no idea. I'm just like body parts go into other children's body parts. Who knows?
think this is an amazing horror film concept.
Yeah.
If that, then they're if he doesn't tell his when he meets someone and they fall in love and they get married and then they have a baby and it comes out half pig.
If it comes out with a little tail, with a little squiggly tail. I mean, that's an interesting concept. It'd be the interesting thing. I was kind of briefly reading the article and it said, like, if this proves further success, that it could be an incredible viable source for like the organ shortage that people have, because this was the guy's only option in this case, was like they had no viable hearts or transplantable organs for him, so that he opted for this versus dying, which is crazy.
Because I feel like they've done this before with like a baboon heart or something, but obviously we're a lot closer in makeup
we're pigs
to a primate than a pig.
I was gonna say we're pigs. We're all pigs. I probably have pig DNA already surging through me.
Wow. I wonder if this will become a kink.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, doesn't everything?
We're one step closer to breathing through our buttholes. I
Truly.
could not get that sentence. I just turned into Porky Pig. I said, I'm breathing through the buttholes.
See, Porky Pig is a great icon for what humans could evolve into.
Speaking of, I think that might be all, folks, because I am losing my mind.
Yeah. Just a reminder, you guys, that our show dates have been updated. And as far as we know, all of your tickets should transfer over to these new dates. And also, if you need to make new accommodations, you should be able to contact the theater directly to make sure if you need to get a refund or whatever might be the case.
Yeah, we cannot wait to hang out so you can see these type of antics in person. You know,
I'll be nasty free. I'll be COVID free by then.
And then Grace, I will text you later to let you know if I have the vid.
Yeah, thank you. Please keep me posted. This is quite a subtle adventure to be on.
Oh, this got weird.
Yep.